start here lying on our backs. And take some time to get connected to your breath. It's a long breath in. Really slowly breathe out. So if you're doing this class for the first time, it's our slow flow meditation. We'll do 30 minutes of gentle movement, a 5-minute Shavasana. We'll end with meditation. Okay, it's one here. We're gonna actually start with something I usually end class with. This is crazy. So it's banana pose. We did it last night in our power and I really liked it. So we're gonna do it again now. Okay, so what you're gonna do is start to pick up your legs one at a time, sending them over to the right side. Okay, and then when you get far enough right that you think you can hold it, but it's not too intense, you're gonna cross your right ankle on top of your left. Okay, then we're gonna pick up our shoulders one at a time, or together, lifting up, using your head and your shoulders to get to the right. And then when you get far enough to the right that it feels nice for you, you're gonna bring your right hand around your left wrist. So hands are up overhead, arms are up overhead, sorry. So essentially we're making a C shape towards the right side, and you should feel this as a long stretch through your left side body. Long breath in. Deep breath out. Good, stay in. Gosh, I feel so nice. We're gonna stay for another 3. I don't want us to come out too quickly. All right. So to come out, start by undoing your arms. That's how I like to come out. And then bring your shoulders, shimmy your way back to the middle. Once you're back in the middle, you'll uncross your ankles. You'll bring your legs back to center. And then we'll start to go towards the left side. So again, picking up our legs one at a time, sending them to the left. When you get far enough, left ankle crosses over right to keep it in place. And then pick up your shoulders, shimmy your way over to the left, okay? From here, left hand grabs to the right wrist. And once you do this, make sure that your right shoulder is still on the ground. So if you went too far, you might have lifted your right shoulder off. I'd rather you go less and be able to stay grounded. Steady inhale. Yeah, steady exhale. Three. And stay connected to your breath. Stay with me, okay? Even in the moments where there's space. Our default is to fill the space with thinking, and I want you to challenge that in your practice. All right, we'll undo our arms again first. Shimmy your way back to the middle. And then once you're there, uncross your ankles, bring your legs back. I want you to bring a bend into your knees when you're ready. And just go ahead and take your feet wide, let your knees fall in, okay? As you do this, there's a little tilt of your pelvis up towards the ceiling so that now our full spine, from shoulders to low back, is making good contact with the mat. Hold for 2. Hold it for 1. Keep your feet where they are. Let your knees come apart. And then it's just a little spinal twist to the right. Again, both shoulders on the mat is your priority. And if you have it, if you want a little more, you can pick up your right foot, bring it to your left thigh. And just use your foot to kind of, just like that stuff. Use your foot to bring the inside edge of your left leg to the ground, your left knee. When you're ready, we'll go the other way. So knees come up. Option to just stay there at the left, or option to bring your left foot to your right knee. Kind of pull it down to the ground. Two. Good, it's 1. Let's undo. Let's pull our knees up and toe heel your feet to touch. All right, when you're ready, a little bit of movement. We'll grab the backs of our knees. We'll just start to rock up and down. Take a couple more. When you're ready, you'll have a seat at the top of your mat, whatever feels good for you. I'm just going to sit cross-legged today. Sit tall. Good. When you're ready, we're going to take our right arm up in the air. We're going to bring it onto the left side of our head, okay? Pulling up on your head and then pull gently down. So it's a little tiny neck stretch. Keep your spine long the whole time. We'll pull our head back up. I want you to now take your left arm up, bring it behind your head, back. So we're just gonna do something a little bit different. So elbow is right on top of, pointing right up to the ceiling. It's been a long day. You're gonna take your right hand behind your back. Okay, if that's possible, if that's accessible, you're gonna hold this shape nice and tall, pushing your head into your forearm. If that's not accessible, there's also the option to bring our right hand to our elbow and just kind of guide your elbow further to the middle. Get to okay, let that go. So undo. And then once you're down at the bottom, take a couple shoulder circles backwards, step forward. When you're ready, come to stillness. You'll take your left arm to the air, bring it to your right side of your head, pull up and gently down. Find your next stretch. Good, it's 2. 1. Okay, when you're ready, let your head go. Let your left arm come down. Right arm goes up overhead. Right hand behind. Okay, so it comes to the center of like your shoulder blades, if you can reach that far. And then you choose to take the bind or not. I think I'm gonna not today. And then we're working to get our elbow right behind our head. So it might even disappear behind your head if you are looking right at yourself in a mirror. Not that you would be now, but. And then push your head into your arm. Good, it's 1. And then let's let go. Once more, you're gonna roll your shoulders a couple times back, a couple times forward. Okay, we're gonna move into our rest now before we get to our tabletop. So from here, just start to roll your wrists, these big circles. Oof, the clicking. Good, roll the other way. Yeah, nice big circles. I get tired doing this over time, but try to stay with it. Alrighty, wow. Some stiffness in mine for sure. All right, so we're gonna come to stillness. We're gonna make a fist. We've done this before, and you're gonna open it up. Okay, and then make a fist, flick it open, and then start to go faster and faster, okay? Making a fist, flicking it open. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna try to go for another 20 seconds. I don't even know if I can, but whew, keep it going. All right, for 15. If you need a break, you take it, but I want you to keep going if you can. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, whew, relax. Alrighty, relax your hands. Just let them rest for a moment on your knees, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, you're gonna push into your palms. You're gonna shift your way back into a tabletop position. And in our tabletop, we're just gonna start to move, okay? Side to side, sway, circle, whatever you need. If you're circling, go both ways. Alrighty, so we're gonna come to table. Then I want you to turn it so that your backs of your wrists are down, or backs of your palms are down, and then your fingers face your knees. And then I want you to just hold it. You might just stay still if that's a lot for you, or you're gonna work the shoulder engagement at the same time. So we're gonna squeeze our shoulder blades together, and then we're gonna release a couple times. Try to keep it in your shoulders, okay? A couple times, you integrate, you disintegrate. Unintegrate, integrate, whatever. You know what I mean. Keep it going. Good, it's 2. Just 1. Awesome. Good, come to stillness. You're gonna turn your hands back, and then for this last one, you're gonna try to rotate. So rotating externally, we're gonna try to rotate all the way to get our fingers facing our knees, and that might not be accessible for you. If you're like part way there, that's fine. Okay, and then get your fingers facing your knees, get your wrists on the mat. It's just a simple shift back. Keep your wrists on the mat, tiny, tiny shift back, and then you release it. Okay, so really, really subtle here. It's a little shift. Maybe you pause at the back, let it kind of work its way through your wrists. I know it's a lot. And then you come out if you need a break. We'll do a couple more. Keep your wrists down. Okay, it's 1. Whew. Alrighty, back to table. When you are ready, we're gonna come to our tabletop position. We're gonna come to a TP shape to just take the weight off your wrist. So this is something, 2 things. Steph and I were talking about wrists before. That's why we're doing lots of wrist stuff. 2 things that you can do to relieve your wrists in any pose is this TP shape or fists. Okay, so you'll see me in my own practice, even when I'm teaching, do these both a lot. Okay, you want to work on getting comfortable there. There's a way to like do a chaturanga. I'm not quite there yet on my fingertips, but there's a way to do it all, okay? So from here, holding the TP shape, you're gonna take your right arm up overhead. And then as you exhale, you're just threading it under, okay? We do this all the time. You're just noticing that your palm doesn't have to be on the mat, okay? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, low. Good, it's 1, reach it all the way. Come down and pause at the bottom, okay, hold. And then even here, as you start to shift the weight into your knees, you start to shift the weight into your head. You don't even really need that left hand on the mat at all, okay? Left hand can come to your back. If you wanna really go for it, we'll lean into the right side of our head, our right knee, our right shoulder, and we'll straighten our left leg behind. So straightening your left leg back, your knee is off, your toes are down, your heel is up. So it's kind of like you're in a high lunge or something. Zip up that back leg. Good, stay. 2. Hold it. It's 1. Stay here. Okay, left fingertips, just fingertips back to the mat. As you inhale, sweep your right arm up. Okay, keep your back leg straight behind. And if it's not straight behind, get there. Okay, so zipping up your back leg. So right knee is down, left knee is not down. And then simple. We're gonna circle this leg all the way around to the top. Once you get it to the top, walk yourself over to the right, okay? Turn your toes to the right, line up your heels, and take your wide-legged fold. And then again, you don't need to dump into your palms here, okay? I love to do this one with fists. You can also bring your hands just up to your hips and do that instead. Good, breathe. Stay low. Long breath. Empty. Okay, so we're gonna crawl our hands over to the top. And then I want you to, kind of like you're going into a lunge, you're gonna just drop your right knee down. You're gonna send your left knee back. Okay, a couple little sways here. We're still on our fingertips. Good, and then when you're ready, take your left arm up all the way. As you exhale, tap it under. Again, sweep up. Thread it under. Just one. And just stay, okay? Just stay for this one and thread the needle at the bottom. As you start to shift your weight into your head and your shoulder, that right arm can even come off the mat if possible. Hooking it behind your back. If you like, can you start to lean even more into the left side and then straighten out your right leg behind you. Heel up, leg straight. It's one. Start to bring your right hand back. Belly tight, okay? Keep your right leg extended as you sweep your left arm up. All right, come back to the table, but the right leg is extended. I don't know what to call this, it's not a pose. Okay, and then simple, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna sweep this leg all the way around to the top. Once you get it to the top, you're gonna pull yourself up into the wide-legged fold on your left, okay? Hinge from your hips. If there's space, go for something different, okay? Maybe it's forearms coming to the ground. Maybe it's hands behind ankles, pulling yourself nice and low. Again. Just breathe. Keep your legs straight. Good. Just 3. One. Ooh. Alrighty, we're gonna lift ourselves halfway. We're gonna crawl to the top. Stay on your fingertips. Drop your left knee. Swing your right leg behind. Keep your right leg long this time though, and then lower all the way down. All the way down to your belly. Good. And then these same fingers, you're gonna bring them up to the 2 top corners of your mat. We've done this one before. Pushing the tops of your feet into the mat. Use your inhale to rise. Good. Exhale low. Lift. Lead with your chest to lower. Lift. Lower down. Beautiful. You're gonna lift. You're gonna look over your right shoulder, see your right heel. Good. Lower. Lift. Look over your left. See your left heel. Lower down. Lift again, just to center. I want you to take it to seal, okay? And notice if seal is too much for you, you can take Sphinx, okay? So seal, we keep our arms long. As you do this, can you push your fingertips into the mat? And then if you feel good, there's space for you to just relax your bum. But if that's too much pressure and that feels like a lot for your low back, then keep your glutes engaged this way. And if that's too much, you're in Sphinx. breathe. Empty here. 3. 2. 1. Let's lower all the way down wherever you are, okay? Make a little shelf for yourself at the bottom. We're just gonna release our back before we move into our Shavasana. So keep your forehead flat. Spine is nice and straight, parallel with the ground. When you're ready, come into your half frog on your right side. Just bend your knee up so that knee is in line with hip. Heel behind knee, yeah, perfect. Toes turn to the side. Yeah, sometimes I like to look to one side. With this one, you can do that, or you can stay in the middle. And then when you're ready, you'll just switch. Okay, you're gonna bring your right leg back. You'll bend your left knee for half frog. Maybe you look to one side, maybe you keep it in the middle. Awesome. We'll straighten our leg behind. And then you have the option to stay here for Shavasana. You have the option to flip over like a pancake and lie on your back for Shavasana. You have the option to do whatever else. Okay, lie on one side, maybe take your legs up a wall. Whatever will allow you to relax. So we're going to start to get ready for our meditation. And on my end, I'm just going to lower the volume a little bit so that my voice is louder than the music. Hopefully that did the trick. And you'll decide if you want to stay where you are right now, or if you want to readjust. If there's a blanket or sweater you have nearby, I find I get really cold in meditation, so throw something on, dim the lights, whatever you want to do to get set. All right, so I'll talk you through what we're doing today, and then we'll start. So my motivation is, or my inspiration, I don't know if you've heard, I think it's called transcendental meditation, but there's a style of meditation that you literally have to meet this stranger and they'll assign a random word to you. So like my word could be ceramic. I don't know, they assign a random word to you. And then your meditation is just to meditate on that word. And the idea is not that that word has any meaning. The whole point is that that word has to have no meaning for you, and you're just learning to train your mind to be still and to focus on the one thing for a prolonged period. I think you're supposed to do like 20 minutes. Okay, so what we're doing today, a little bit easier than that, because I find that to be quite challenging, and I'm not that random guru who can give you your own word, is we're going to choose a little phrase. And the phrase that I'm going with today is pretty simple, and we've done similar things before, but the phrase today is I can choose positive thoughts. So what I want you to do is get really still and then get really clear on what that means to you to choose positive thoughts, right? It could mean something totally different for you than it does to me. So you'll take these first couple moments and just get clear on that. What does the phrase mean to you? How does it relate to where you're at in this moment? Where you're at in your life right now? I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Check where you're at. So I want this first, and this is what it's like for me, and this is what I want it to be for you. The first few minutes are like almost like a verbal dump of everything that that phrase elicits in you. So in my head, it's like a mile a minute. I can choose this, I can choose that. I don't do this, I do too much of that. Like let that all out. I'll give you another few moments to do that. want you to treat the rest of our meditation almost like that transcendental, I don't even know if I'm calling it the right thing, but almost like the meditation I described to you, which you'll use that phrase or a part of the phrase. You might just choose one word, like positive thoughts. I can choose. You can shorten it if that makes more sense for you. But what you're going to do is use that phrase and focus on it in a way that you take the meaning out of the words. Okay, so you're not thinking anymore. You're not reflecting anymore on where you could be kinder to yourself, where you could think about a situation differently. You're literally clear as day. And the only thing that's running through your mind is either the phrase in its entirety or a portion of the phrase. We've done a similar meditation before. So what I want you to use it as is almost a cue to come back to stillness, to come back to mental clarity if your mind starts to wander. And if your mind doesn't wander for like 30 seconds or a minute, you're just perfectly clear. You don't have to say anything to yourself. Stay with it. And if you find yourself wandering off, you just say it more. You just keep saying it over and over again until the words have no meaning. It's just a sound in your mind or out loud. as the music starts to end, pull yourself back into this moment. Notice the thoughts that you've suppressed. Notice if there are thoughts that were able to work their way in despite your efforts. Remember that it's all a practice, okay? It'll never, ever, ever be perfect or feel perfect. You'll start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You reach your arms up overhead, take a full body stretch or half body stretch if you're seated. Those of you on the mat, you'll roll into the fetal position on one side and make your way up to a seat. Palms together at your heart center. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth and sigh. Thumbs to your forehead center. Namaste. Thank you.